This is Nic Douglass, and I am here in the Swiss SailGP Team base with the women of the Swiss team. We have Laurane, Anya, and also Maude. And these women are working very hard behind the scenes to make sure the team keeps trucking on, but they also work very hard on the water. I think we'll have a little bit of a closer chat to them and see just what's going on with these lovely women in the Women's Pathway program at the SailGP. I'm here with Maude, who comes from a laser radial background, actually represented Switzerland at the Tokyo Olympics. Now that kind of makes you a little bit strong in certain areas and especially in regards to tactics, I'm guessing.
Yeah, for sure. I'm used to doing all my tactics, strategy, everything on my own. So yeah, definitely used to doing it, and I think that's why it's pretty nice for me to be a strategist on the boat, because I'm quite used to doing it in my laser. So yeah, it's quite different strategy, but at least I have some knowledge about the rhythm and everything.
Absolutely, and I think you're going a little bit faster is what you're implying in an F50 than a laser, and we're sitting right where you might be sitting if you were doing strategy, but you do a few roles on the boat, I believe.
Yeah, so the female athlete in our team will usually be either G2 position, so jib trim, or P6, so behind the helm and doing more strategy work.
Yeah, but while you're saying strategy, I'm sitting here looking at your arms and your legs. You look incredibly fit. How much time do you spend in the gym each day?
Yeah, the laser is definitely the fittest, the hardest boat to sail. So yeah, I spend a lot of time in the gym, and the sailing itself is quite hard. So yeah, I'm definitely fit enough for being a strategist. But it's for the laser sailing especially.
And what about the G2 position for the female athlete? Is that challenging?
Yeah, G2 position is definitely super challenging. Lots of work on the arm, and it's actually really hard to combine having to grind and having to trim the jib. So that's a lot of coordination, and it's pretty tough actually to do both at the same time. So it's actually a really much harder position than it looks like. It's just turn
the handles.
The handles,
yeah. So, I mean, you've been to an Olympics. You're racing in arguably the top female program for sailors in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
What are your other goals?
Well, for sure for me, it's I want a medal at the Olympics. I had a good season last year, a medal at the Worlds and Euros. So now I'm definitely aiming to keep going until Tokyo, Paris 2024, and for us the Olympics will be in Marseille. And yeah, otherwise I really love being on the F50, so I hope I can be on it as much as possible as well on the side when I have a bit of time off, and learn as much as possible about foiling boats, because it definitely looks like it's the future in our sport. So yeah, more foiling time.
I think she's good. Next. I'm here with Laurane Mettraux, and she is definitely a brilliant sailor and comes from a big family of brilliant sailors as well. Does that come with a bit of pressure, knowing that your family are all incredible sailors?
Not really. I think it's just something pretty cool, and we are able to share a lot all together. So it's more something nice than anything else.
Oh, absolutely. I'm jealous because none of my siblings sail, so I think it's absolutely amazing that you can work together on that aspect. And I think it's absolutely brilliant that you can work together on that aspect. And speaking of working, we're here in your office.
Yeah.
Most of the female athletes spend most of their time behind the driver, but you live here in G2, don't you?
Yeah. Most of the time I'm on this role. So yeah. A lot of things to do. Main part is grinding, so ends on the handles. Then we have some buttons we can use. So there's the jib Cunningham setting, so in and or ease. The jib lead, so the car in and out. The pop of the wing also.
Amazing.
That's what we are doing, and then we have 2 pedals, so the jib shift on or off. So yeah, really a lot of things to do, but yeah, the guys are helping a lot, and that's pretty fun role to learn.
And this is what I think a lot of people outside of sailing don't know. It's a very physical job, but it's a very mental job as well. You're trying to negotiate and prioritize, as well as looking outside the boat as well. I mean, you can't be stuck in here.
So yeah, my main focus is more the jib settings. I'm really into it, and if I have to be a little bit less on the handles, then it's okay, and the guys are doing the job for me. But yeah, always trying to help them the max I can. But yeah.
How incredible. So are you going to give us a little bit of a demonstration here? Can we see?
So yeah, you put your
I'm inside?
hand, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then I go backward and you
Yeah,
go forward.
and I go forward. Well, that's lucky because I think backward would be harder than forward. Is backward harder than forward, do you think? Yeah. So you have to go backward and I go
that's the
forward.
thing.
And then you're constantly, show me how you would
Then
then
you
get
can-
to the buttons.
You can like press.
Yeah.
And you remove.
Oh,
one
so you
hand
just go one hand and then I have to pick up the slack. Okay,
that's the
rightio. So it's not easy, guys. This is with no load on it too. How high does your heart rate get?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't want to know.
It's probably a good thing. Excellent. So, I mean, you're in a role that I think so many women would aspire to be in right now.
Yeah, I think I'm quite lucky to do it. Like,
Yeah.
It's not an easy job, but it's pretty like nice to be involved in the speed
Yeah.
of the boat, and yeah, that's nice. I think like a lot of girls are like able to trim jibs and do
Yeah.
it well. So then it's like sure I'm like tall and I'm lucky to be and quite heavy also. So it's helped me on the enders, but.
But you have sailed multi-hulls for quite some time.
Yeah, since a long time and like big boats also. So
Yeah.
it's, for sure it's helping me a little bit. But yeah, I think if you want to do it, then you like it's possible.
And then with the Women's Pathway platform, I know that you all talk to one another across teams as well. That must be pretty special.
Yeah, I think it's nice that they are organizing that kind of stuff. Like this, we can like know each other a little bit more and like chat about what kind of not problem but
Difficulties. Yeah, I guess barriers. Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty nice, and they are also organizing mentor and mentee program. So that's pretty nice, and even if you're not a sailor, you can join, and there's like sharing stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Collaborating, I think it's what the SailGP is all about, and so that's sort of transpired into the women's program. So I guess all I can say to you is good luck this weekend. I definitely couldn't do your job. I need to be a little bit taller and a lot stronger. She's definitely leading this team in a big way in terms of the women up here on G2. I'm here with Anya, who is the Inspire athlete in the Female Pathway program with the Swiss team. Now, you're also a laser sailor, so do you sort of aspire to be like Maude? Is she one of your heroes?
Absolutely, for sure. I mean, I've been training with her for the past year now, and she definitely is a role model. I can see all the work she puts in and also the results she's getting. So, of course, it's a bit hard knowing that we're both fighting for the Olympics, but it's just amazing to see her make her way up to the top. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do the same.
I guess it's just like all of the F50s that are out there, sharing data, sharing knowledge in the Women's Pathway program, really pushing to be at the top and at the peak of our sport. You and Maude are basically doing that same thing.
Well, there's a tiny difference because she's way older than me. So she has all the experience.
Yeah.
She's done so many events, so many successes already, and I'm sort of the junior coming up through the Swiss system. So I'm really just there trying to soak all her experiences up and learning the most from what she's doing.
That's so cool.
So yeah, it's been amazing, and I'm very much looking forward to the Olympic trials and see if I can challenge her a bit.
Or just give her a little bit of a push. But at the same time, we're sitting here on an F50.
Oh, it's amazing.
It is amazing. How lucky do you feel being able to actually be here and be involved with this program?
It's almost overwhelming. So I've been here working with the shore crew for the last few days, and they've shown me around, explained so many things, given me insights to the team, and I feel incredibly lucky to be part of it for this event. And definitely very inspired. The name of the program is really good. So yeah, I'm hoping I can be back sometime because it's just incredible.
And how much will you take away from working with this team to your other sailing?
It definitely is very different to Olympic sailing, but I think there's so much we can learn from the performance aspects, from working together, like sharing data, optimizing the boat, and really getting all those millimeters out of it. That the laser is very different, but still we can learn from these high performance boats and the high performance teams that are very professional and working on a very, very high level.
I would say that the laser actually depends more on inches because the speed differential is so small.
that's
So that's
true.
probably really important.
Yeah, but for sure it's also less technical and more fitness and actual, body movements. Whereas here, it really is about the details and with the foils and the wing about these tiny differences.
Yeah, well, that's really, really incredible. I'm so happy you got to be exposed to this, and good luck for this event to your
Thank you very
team.
much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, I'll keep my fingers crossed.